morning all. In C programming, we have learned about different data types, primary data types, derived data types, user defined data types, etc. Union is a user defined data type which is similar to structures. A union is a special data type available in C that allows storing different data types in the same memory location. You can define a union with many members, but only one member can contain a value at any given point of time. Unions provide an efficient way of using the same memory location for multiple purposes. When a union is defined, it creates a user defined data type. However, no memory is allocated. To allocate memory for a given union type, we need to create variables of the union we created. Defining a union. To define a union, you must use the union statement in the same way as you did while defining a structure. The union statement defines a new data type with more than one member for your program. The syntax is given here: union, union tag. You can give a name for the union, that is what we mean by the union tag. Then open a brace. You can give different members, data members, that is data type followed by the variable name. Likewise, give different members, and then you can give a name for the variable of type union, one or more union variables, that is this. Either you can specify it here or you can do it later inside your program the way we did for structures. So this is an example. We are creating a union with the name employee. Open the brace. Now let us specify the variables. First, I am declaring a string of size 30. The name of the variable is name, char name of 30. Int age, double salary. Now close the brace and give a semicolon. Now we have defined a union. This is the same way we define structures. Now how do we declare the union? Inside your program you need to write union employee, because that is the name of our union. Here this is the name of our union, union employee. This is the data type we created. So of this data type, the variable name is E or EMP. Any other variable name you would like to give. Union employee E. E is a variable of type union employee, which can contain either a string of size 30 or an integer with name age, otherwise salary of type double. All the three cannot be stored at the same time. Any one can occupy the memory at a specific point of time. Another example, now the name of the union we chooses info. So we write union info. Now we declare our variables. There is one integer I, a floating point number f, a character string of size 20. Here I am declaring a variable data of type union info. In the previous slide, we just defined the union variable, but we did not declare any variable. We declared it in the main program. But here we have declared it along with, you can see, along with the function definition union info, give all the variables, and then declared the union variable data along with union. Now a variable of type info can store an integer, a floating point number, or a string of characters. It means a single variable, that is same memory location, can be used to store multiple types of data. You can use any built-in or user-defined data types inside a union based on your requirement. The memory occupied by a union will be large enough to hold the largest member of the union. This is an important point you need to remember. For example, in our example, integer is of 2 bytes, floating point is 4 bytes, and the character string is 20 bytes. So, which one is the largest of the three? 2 byte, 4 byte, 20 byte. 20 byte is the largest data member inside the union. So, the memory space allocated for this union will be 20 bytes. This way we can find the size of the union, but still we will write a program to find the size of a union. The usual way, we start with our header files. And then we write our union. The name of the union is info. We create our union integer I, float of, character string of 20, and now start writing the main program. Here we have declared the union as a global variable so that other functions can also access this union. We have discussed about local variables and global variables during the structure. So, we declare a variable of type info. The name of the variable is data1. Simply write printf memory size occupied by data1 colon %d, then give a new line comma size of data1. As the main program return type is integer, you need to type return 0, and that is our program. What will be the output of this program? This operator, this function, inbuilt function size of, will return the size of its argument. Its argument is data1. Data1 is of type union info. So, this inbuilt function size of will now return the size of the variable data1. Memory size occupied by data1 is 20. This will be the output you will get when you run this program. How do we access union members? To access any member of a union, we use the member access operator or the dot operator. The following example shows how to use union in a program. Similar to the previous program, we have included the header files and we have defined the union. Now start the main program. In main, of course, you can write void main, but then you can avoid the return 0 statement at the end. Then we declare a variable with the name data. So the statement is union info data. To initialize our integer variable I, we need to type data.I equal to 10. Now to print this data, you write the statement printf data.I is %d, comma data.I. We have taken the value and have immediately printed this value. Then initialize the floating point to 156.5. Immediately print that using the printf function. Next we are initializing the string. For that we can use strcpy string copy data.str comma C programming. So C programming is the string we assign to the variable str. Now print it immediately after that. As our main is of return type int, you give return 0 and close the function. What will be the input of this program? You should notice that we are reading the data and immediately printing the data. Only after that we are reading the next data into the next variable. All the variables are the data members of the union, but we are reading one variable, printing it, reading second variable, printing it, like that. What will be the output of this program? First, it will show data.I is 10. Then in our program, we read the value to the floating point and then printed it. So data.f is 156.5, and then we stored C programming into variable str. So and then printing it data.str equal to C programming. This will be the output of the program we have just saw. Suppose the program was like this. Our header files at the beginning, then the union was there, we declared the union, and then we start the main program. Then we declare variable data of type info. Suppose we are writing like this: data.I is 10, data.f is 220.5, string copy data.str comma C programming. That means initializing all the three variables one after another. First I is initialized to 10, immediately floating point value f is initialized to 220.5, and then last, as the last thing, the string is initialized to C programming. Now let us print it one by one. Printf data.I, printf data.f, and printf data.str. Now let us check what is the output of this program. This is the output you will be getting. You will get some garbage value for your integer, you will get some other garbage value for your floating point number, and the last one, string, is showing properly. So here we can see that the values of I and f got corrupted because the final value assigned to the variable has occupied the memory location, and this is the reason that the value of str data member is getting printed very well. Only the last value assigned to the union will sustain. It will overwrite the previous value. So the point you need to remember is that when you use a union, only the last assigned value will sustain and all others will be replaced. You can hold only one value at a time in a union. Differences between structure and union. The first difference is because struct is the keyword we use to define structure, union is the keyword we use to define a union. Members do not share memory in a structure, but in union members share the memory. In union, any member can be retrieved at any time. In union, only one member can be accessed at a specific time. In structure, several members of a structure can be initialized at once, but if you do the same thing in union, the last one you assigned will sustain and the others will be replaced. You cannot access them anymore. And finally, size of the structure is equal to the sum of size of each member. Size of the union is equal to the size of the largest member. So that is all about union. Thank you.